What's up with it, man? I know it's been a minute, man. Been going through some crazy shit, so I ain't been posted. Shit just moved on to the next step, you know what I mean? Finally moved out the spot I was. And even through all that shit, we still didn't leave. We were trying to do the you know, I'm co-parenting in the same house, you know what I mean? Because it rent's expensive out here in San Francisco, you know what I mean? So just to stay above water, we decided to, like, okay, you stay upstairs, I'll stay downstairs, you know what I mean? Whatever. And of course it didn't work out. Like I knew it was gonna be a matter of time, you know what I mean? That it didn't work out. And that I would have to leave, you know what I mean? It was because, and a lot of the reasons why I felt like, now that I think about it, now that I've left, it was comfort, you know what I mean? I wanted that comfort of still having a spot, not being out there. Crazy thing, I know people think I'm crazy, but I mean, I just took it as a positive thing. Like, you know, God is pushing me to that next level. It's like, all right, you took all your little steps, got your self-discipline, got your workouts and shit now. Okay, it's the next step. Because I'm not going to, he knows and I know that I wasn't going to take that next step of like, yeah, it's got to be done now. It's got to be done today. You know what I mean? As far as me moving on and pushing on to what he wants me to pursue and what I feel like I want to pursue. So through that comfort level, all that shit, you know what I mean? Now, and like they say, you know what I mean, you gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I feel like I'm comfortable right now. I feel like I'm good as long as I stay focused, as long as I do what I gotta do. That you know what I mean, I should be good. But it was that comfort, you know what I mean? And like anybody going through my situation, you know what I mean, it's that comfort. You gotta get yourself. The only way you're gonna grow is to break out of that comfort zone. You know what I mean? And that's right. And I like. And the way it was mutual. I mean, when you know somebody for like 18, 19 years, it's like, man, you know it was done. You know what I mean? I wasn't, even when she did what she did, I already, it wasn't, more of it was like, it was like mad about like, oh man, you should have just told me, you know what I mean? Because we both knew it was over, you know what I mean? And sometimes I know I could easily talk shit, but like, man, I can't stand that motherfucker. But I mean, there's two sides to every story. I mean, probably the stuff that I'm saying I can't stand about her, she's thinking that she can't. So I mean, just take what you can, you know what I mean, and discard the rest. I mean, whatever you can from these videos, man. These videos is here to help people going through this shit or similar shit, you know what I mean? To know that, all right, man, it can be done, you know what I mean? Even though I sometimes do this shit like fuck, man, what am I gonna do? This shit is crazy. I don't know my next move. But you know what I mean? Through the self-development, I mean, and I think with the lack of self-development, the lack of working on myself is why I stayed in here so long. Because I didn't want to put myself out there, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be like, fuck, because once I left, it's like, okay, it's really done, you know what I mean? And once again, comfort, I mean, comfort is the cousin of sleep. And sleep is the cousin of death, you know what I mean? So you see how it leads, they're all connected, you know what I mean? So I just want, you know what I mean, we still on it, you know what I mean, still, and actually it's, and I don't know, but I feel stronger of my goals, you know what I mean? And some of it's got to be because it has to be done, you know what I mean? It has to be done now. I got like 3 months of unemployment left. So these next 3 months has got to be fucking, you know what I mean? Got to be fucking on, you know what I mean? And I don't even know what on is, you know what I mean? All I know is my self-discipline. Handle my self-discipline, handling my business, and everything should fall in place, you know what I mean? Because I can't give you an exact fucking, like, oh, I'm pursuing this, I'm doing, you know what I mean? One day I'll be like, man, I want to do personal training. One day I want to be motivated, you know what I mean? I don't know, but the one thing I do know is self-discipline, you know what I mean? That self-discipline is what kept me going, you know what I mean? And what helped me, like when we got into that last argument, I was like, man, I'm out, man. Fuck this. Because my self-discipline kicked in, was like, man, we good. You know what I mean? But if I wasn't self-disciplined, eating fucked up shit, getting fat, I would have felt my confidence would have been too low to like, man, I'm making this move, man. But my confidence is good now, you know what I mean? Now, could it be better? Yes, it is. And that's why we're working on it. Your self-development will never be done. When it's done, you're dead. Or it's a wrap for you. I mean, you gave up on life. You know what I mean? I'm not done. I'm at 42 years old. I ain't done. And it's crazy because I've been in these situations before where I've kicked out, lived here, lived there. but I've never felt this confident about my situation, you know what I mean? And a lot of it has to do with the, you know what I mean, not taking drugs and not fucking drinking, you know what I mean? Because that leads to depression at the next day. Like, if I would have drank this weekend, today I would have been all felt like shit. I would have been felt like calling her and be like, can I come back? But I'm on point with my shit, so, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck you and fuck everybody else against me. That shit clean. But, you know what I mean? It's just, that's what we're going through right now, you know what I mean? And the car, I ain't got no money on my EDD because I use it to pay a couple bills over here. But even with that, I could have been like, fuck that, I'm not staying. I'm staying because I pay some bills. But, man, with my development, I said, fuck you, man, I'm out, man. And I just shook. And so another reason why I'm doing this, because on the 19th, my fucking shit going to be cut off until I get my next unemployment. So I got to put these messages out here. I felt the urge to give it to y'all. You know what I mean? And other, one thing too is like, and she was like, all you do is just stay home and you're on your YouTube and you're on, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because for a person that doesn't know what I'm going through, self-development and all that, they'll think like I ain't doing shit. But somebody like me that does the most, me staying home is doing a lot. You know what I mean? Doing more by doing less, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Because I could easily, I mean, like the urges don't leave. I mean, like she's like, oh, let's, you know what I mean, go out or do this. I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay home, man, because I don't want to drink and I don't want to fuck up, because if the drinking leads on to fuck up one day, and at 42 years old, it takes more than one day to recover, man. I'm on 3-4 days to recover from one night of drinking. So, you know what I mean? Some people might look at you and what you're doing, be like, man, this motherfucker ain't doing shit, but I'm on my shit. Do I, and the YouTube things, I'm not really, I have audiobooks, you know what I mean? I listen to audiobooks all day, so when they see me, she sees me on this, like, she thinks like I'm just sitting here, like, nah, man, you know what I mean? And the things though, people are like, oh, it's not the same as reading a book. Yeah, to me it is, because you have to sit there, you gotta pay attention to it. You can easily just lay there and fucking go one ear out the other and not absorb any of that motherfucking information. The best kind of knowledge is applied knowledge, you know what I mean? If I'm not applying this, if I'm not taking it in, if I'm not understanding what the book is saying, it ain't going through. You know what I mean? So, as one person might look at you like when she was looking at me like, oh, this motherfucker don't go out, he stays home all day. You know what I mean? Which I know that I have to do. You know deep down what you gotta do. If you know you're a type of person that can go out there and say no to the drink and still hang out, well, that's good for you. I'm not on that level yet. I can't be around it right now. I don't know how long it takes, but I know not to fucking lie to myself and be like, oh, yeah, I'll just go over there and fucking, and just drink. Yeah, right, man. First thing I chill, I'm gonna drink, blah, blah, I'll just drink one, then I'll drink two, and then next you know, it's fucking, I'm drunk as fuck. I'm over here waiting on my son and shit. What the hell this motherfucker at? But, yeah, you know what I mean? Just putting that out there, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I had other stuff I want to talk about, but I ain't got my notes. I was taking notes on my audiobook yesterday, but you know what I mean? While I was sitting here waiting on them, I was like, fuck it, man, I'll just make a video. But y'all out there, man, that's going through my shit, man. Self-discipline is everything. Working on yourself is everything. Don't work on your job harder than you work on yourself, you know what I mean? You gotta, because when shit falls down, all you have is yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I lost my job, but I didn't lose my job, but I didn't have the self-discipline, so I'm just now getting it. But if I had the self-discipline already, when I lost that job, I would have been like, man, I'm on to the next one. I can move on to other shit now easily because I'm working on myself. Now imagine when I get at that top tier level. I mean, that top tier level is that 1% of motherfuckers out here that are rich and they got that fucking self-discipline, you know what I mean, self-work down to a T. And then when you have that down, then you will be blessed with the bigger shit. God can't give me no money right now. If he knows he gives me money, I'm gonna fuck that shit off. You know what I mean? So he can't give me that shit. But through my self-development, man, I and you can be unstoppable, man. I can maneuver from one bad situation to another because I know I'm good. I mean, so everybody going through this shit, man. Just, you know what I mean? Just do it like how I'm saying, man. Don't do as, you know what I mean? Like they say, don't do as I say, do as I do. That was wrong, but you know what I mean? But it was the opposite of what people usually say. don't do as I do as I say. But fuck that, do as I say and do as I do. You know what I mean? Because I'm on that path. You know what I mean? We on here to get it going, get it cracking. The fuck is this fool, man? But you know what I mean? I gotta call this motherfucker up, man. But I'm gonna do another one later on today. This was just a quick one. I also want to go over like some of the stuff that my man's name is Jim Rohn, man. He's a motivational speaker type dude, self-development person. If y'all see that guy, listen to that guy, man. He's good. But let me hit on this dude and I'll holler at y'all later.